Hi Brent. Hi Peter. Just going round today. Well, we have to do this every day to feed the fish. We're on the Moat Lake. Just putting a few micros and a few 4 meals in, which I do. If no one else fishes it, I have to do this anyway, so nothing new really. It's just it'd be nice if you fishermen were feeding them rather than me. Hi Pete. As I say, we're feeding them some 4 meals of micros. If you were fishing normally, I'd say to you to soak them because they'll sink better, but I'm not worried about it at the moment, so just putting a few out on each peg just to keep them, get their bellies filled up. I've got no one here at all, so it's costing me a bloody fortune, absolute fortune in bait. Just spent another couple of £100 on bait today just to feed the fish up. Normally this is when I'll be making a little bit of money. I'm never going to be a millionaire over it all, but normally I'll be doing a bit now and saving it for the winter time. But I ain't got that luxury at the moment. Been doing a lot of work up here. This is peg 18. Done this a little while ago now, but we cut all this back. It's lovely up there. There's 2 pegs up there. Peg 20 right at the corner. Peg 19. This is peg 18, but we've trimmed it all back. Don't know if you can see up there. The old. We'll give it a real good haircut. Real good haircut up there. But you get a lot of fish up there. The wind blows all the natural food up the top there, and it's stuffed with fish. No one has matches on there. No, they don't peg it in matches because obviously it's very narrow, but it looks a little bit bigger now. We've given it a bit of a haircut. Had a good old fire over there, trimmed that round here. So give these a bit of bait. I'm going to go round to most of the lakes, give them a bit of grub. Hi Nigel. All right Paul. Right, so we'll go around. I'm going to crack a beer open in a minute. I've been absolutely flat out up here doing work stuff. I don't know if you can see on the island. Eggs from the old geese. There's more goose shit up here than anything else. I don't know if you can see down there. Eggs in the water. That's not a good sign. Hi Gary. Gary, I want to go and feed a few trout in a minute for you. You come and you see these little beauties. I've got my dad. My dad's in isolation because he's been naughty. He's not really been naughty, but my dad's got diabetes. He's had a few strokes and stuff like that, so he's been self-isolating before all this lot come about, really, just to protect himself. Believe it or not, I've probably put about 6 pints in there a minute ago and they've all gone. So that's it. I've been round there and done that side. Hi Alex. I'll show you what we're feeding in a sec. Been really heavily feeding the Wold Lake on there. Hey, look, they're waiting. I don't know if you can see that, guys. I fed some floaters a minute or two ago. Look at them. You see that? We'll flick a few floaters out here. I'm feeding. So in the moat, I'm just feeding that, which is micros and 4 mil. These are for the carp lake. These there. Well, I've already been feeding them. My missus feeds them as well. And these are 4 mil expanders. And I like to kind of feed these off the top because I know what they're taking and stuff. I do need to feed on the bottom for the other fish like bream, etc. But which I will do in a sec. Not teasing you, mate, not teasing you. Wish I could have you all up here, taking all your money off you. It's breaking my freaking heart, I'll tell you. Right, so peg 6 on the Islands Lake. Peg 6 on the Islands Lake. I've fed them. I've already put a lot of pellet out already, so they've really fed well on there. I'll put a few of these out for them and all. Then a few. I'll get them on the bottom, so that's all sinking. That's all sinking pellet. All right. All right, Richie. Let's move round. Let's move round this side. I've put a few out here. I think they're hungry. They are hungry. I'm hungry. My missus is doing a roast dinner, actually, chicken. If they do carry on this lockdown and you can't get out, we've been doing online shopping. I've got a serious amount of food up here, so I'm happy to go and shoot a goose for you if you want one. Flick a few of these out. Again, these are floating. These are 4mm floating pellet, and we're on peg 7. Peg 7 on the islands. The bloody geese are a pain in the arse. They keep eating everything that I put out. So again, we'll put a few of these out. A few sinkers. Drop a few of them. Every peg is boiling. Look, I don't know if you can see. Every single peg is boiling with them. Lovely fishing here. Hi Claire. Love you, Mark Alexander. So the kids, my little twin girls and my boy know where I keep all the boilers on the Wold Lake, which is right off my jetty. We'll go over there and have a look in a second. Lovely golden orph there. And I think they're trying to fatten up the carp on the Wold Lake because they've just non-stop putting boilers out there. They're going out onto the decking and just keep plastering with boilers, so they're really fattening them up. I don't know if you can hear in the background, the festival field is just over that hedge over the back there. We'll go over there in a bit, but Bruce is cutting the grass on there, first cut of the season. Right, let's go. Let's go and have a look on the Wold Lake. Just starting to dry out a little bit up here. Look at that bug, I missed that, didn't I? Little rubbish. Right, I've fed them. They've pretty much cleared all this lot up again. Every peg's the same. That greedy bastard, look. Hello, Martin. This is for your information, Martin. Stud work there for the shooting huts, all been creosoted today. There you are, look. We're coming on the Wold Lake now. I put a few floaters out earlier on, just before I started feeding the Moat Lake. This is on the Wold Lake. I love this little channel up here. Love it. to take this tree down. It was just about to go over. It died, unfortunately. So yeah, I had to take that down. Been doing a lot of cutting back on this lake as well, on the Wold Lake, trimming stuff up. Don't know if you can see over there, they're feeding on the top. Let's go over there, have a little look on there. As I say, we've been cutting back a lot on here. Just anyone that likes fishing the Wold Lake, don't know if you can see in here, but there's a massive cluster of roots in there, and that is where your catfish are living, or my catfish are living. They get right into the bank in the root system in there. We'll give it a good haircut all the way around, especially over there. So we're on the Wold Lake now. Hi John. What size you got in the moat, buddy? John, it's a silverfish lake, John, really. So there's no carp in there apart from proper true English crucians. Hi Mark Pollard, how are you? I bet you're missing the fishing, Mark. Yeah, so in the moat lake we've only got proper true English crucians in there. There's bream, skimmers, tench, chub, barbel. Yeah, so they say no carp in there, but it's a bagging water. It don't like matches. It really doesn't like matches. I'd love to get some of these top anglers like Mark Pollard and some of the big names up there, Steve Ringer, Phil Ringer, etc., to have a match up there between themselves. That'd be nice one day. Get all the name players up there, because it doesn't like pressure, the moat. It just don't, the fish back off for whatever reason. So it'd be great to see it under pressure with some tidy anglers on there. So this is on. Well, I threw a few floaters out there. This is what my kids keep bloody getting in here. I don't know if you can see them in there. Right. They're not in there, look. Flu's getting bad. We're down to a last few bottles of champagne. I don't know if you can see that in there. I drank that last night. It was my wife's birthday yesterday, but so that's where I keep all the boilies. The kids keep bloody nicking them and throwing them out there. Look at these beauties. There's some big fish in here. Some big fish. All pellets are out. Just coming up feeding, but they're. I've been feeding them off this decking every day. Every single day without fail. I've personally been feeding them twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day. But the kids keep finding the boilies and keep flicking them out here, so they're kind of waiting here for me anyway. I don't know if you can see them in there. Surprised the colour's dropped out. The colour's dropped out, but you can see the bottom in there. But there's a load of carp over there as well. Some monsters. What's the biggest record carp and cat out of the Wild Axe? The biggest carp I've known in this lake, carp is 38 pounds, 8 ounces. That's a big dark common carp in there. 38 pounds, 8 ounces, and I've seen that on the scale. Someone said they've had a 40 out of here. I've yet to see a 40 come out of here yet, but I'm not saying there isn't, but I've not seen one. And if I say that there's a 40 in here, I want to see it for myself. People get overexcited and forget to take the weigh sling and stuff off and la-di-blah, which is normally about £3, the ones that I supply. Yeah, so the catfish, they're catching them well over to £40. I think, I can't remember, to be honest with you. I think £48 is probably the biggest come out of here. Catfish, but once the catfish are doing, giving people a lot of stick in here. They're breaking rods and all sorts, so I really don't know. I just said, sorry, the biggest carp I've known is 38.8. Very cool carp, get out of the Wald Lake. Hi Joe. Right, I've fed this has been fed all the time, so we'll move on. May as well not even have these vehicles bloody taxed. What do I do with the bucket? I forget what I'm on the bloody, there it is. So, I'll just so you guys know, Mistral baits, that's what I've been using. Just so if anyone comes to fishing it, they're loving these. That's what I'm saying, it's a halibut pellet type boilie. I've just been giving them loads of odds and sods I've got kicking about. That is what I used to feed these years ago, the rose hip Itonic. Love them. So this is all Mistral. This is a good big up for Mistral baits. Been feeding them, Mistral baits. There's my little Bubba. Hello, Bubba. There you are. Here's another one. Put your dinkle away, Alfie. Right, they know where I keep this stuff. Hey, Alfie, can you shut the door, please? Yeah. You want to? Come on, you. If you put some, Alfie, if you go and put some pants on, I'll let you feed the fish. Go on then. Yeah. Oh dear. Peter Sweeney, I had a £33 cat. Good on you. Bubba. You alright? Say hello. Oh, hiccup. Say hello. 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 Oh, hello. Oh, be careful. Be careful. Come on then. You want to feed the fishes as well? Come on then. Come on. Oh, I've done it now. Cat, help. Hello. Come on, you two. Yeah. Cat. Two boilies. Yeah? Go on. Look at this. Look at that beauty. That is my roast chicken. Kat, can you, that's the girls' dinner.
I've got some pants on.
Come on, leave your dinkle alone, come on. Go on in, Alfie. Only a handful. Hello, Andrew. You should be working, drilling, Andrew, not looking at Facebook. Alfie, can you throw them a bit further out, do you think?
Okay.
Right, Dave. They're just feeding the fish on the Wald Lake at the moment. Or Alfie is. Go on in, Alfie. Alfie, can you throw them a bit further out in the lake? Okay, that'll do. Yeah, there's one more. That's where you want to fish, chaps, when you come up here next. All right, Alfie, come on in. Kat, can you grab him, please?
Yeah.
You all right, Bubba? They are, so they're just feeding out there. Right, Kat, I'm going to go and feed the other lakes. If you can you sort Alfie out and put these boilies away if you can? Alfie, make sure you throw all them in, please. Can you, Alfie, look at me. Alfie, throw them out there, further out, where the fishes are, look. That'll do, and a bit further. Alfie's thunderpants. Oh, I've got to go, the kids are screaming. Right, Alfie, That's it. Just throw them ones out. Cat, if you can stick them back, darling, please.
Please, pardon.
Stick them back if you can, the boilies and that. Right. See you later, Alfie. Bye, Alfie. Say bye-bye. Alright, let's cut through. Old pheasant. Go and do the Oaks Lake now. Bruce coming back, mowing the grass. Still wet in here. Had a big tree go down in here, been chopping all the wood up. There he is. Boy Wonder. Hi, Steve. Did that cut all right, Bruce? Did that cut all right? Did that cut all right?
Yeah, it's worth cutting this year until it's...
Right, and I've got to get that tree. I've got to cut that tree. It's too wet round this lake as well. Is it cut it all right? No?
You just have to sometimes use one cutter because how thick it was, and sometimes two, and then sometimes we order.
What about up that ride bit? Brilliant. These are jumping out. They're ready to get fed. Hi, Laurie. Right, I'll stick a few floaters out here. The wind's pushing down this way, so we'll feed it from here to start off with. Low on them. Been so wet up here. Just look at the bloody state of it. Don't take them long. They're just 4mm. They're just 4mm expanders I've thrown out there. But obviously I need to feed. I need to feed for the bream and the roach, so we got some micros and some 4mm coarse pellet. Just feed them for the old bream and that. £500 a day to fish, you reckon? Is that right, Steve? There. I do tend to follow the I do tend to follow the wind on there. Should be doing this for me, feeding them, not me. Oh, bloody geese. So hi to Tyler as well. Hope you're keeping safe, Laurie. At least, hopefully, this can recover, actually. At least that can recover. I might have a day fishing when I get 5 minutes. And I'll do a Facebook Live on that. That'll get you jealous. If I can remember how to fish or even tie a hook on. So these are just sinking pellet we're feeding here. Give the other fish a chance. We've thrown some floaters out there as well for the carp. Wind's blowing down this direction. Another bit of rubbish. How do I miss that? I'll take you to... Well, I don't think I've ever been round this other bit. I'll take you in here in a bit. You'll think, where am I taking you? And it'll all be apparent in a second. So that's the car park up there for the Oaks Lake. Hi Ian. Good fish. Good fish there. We're on peg 2 on the Oaks Lake. It's a donkey. Absolute donkey. Pellet's blowing up this way now, so I don't know if you can see all the carp out there. This is peg 1. Good health, everyone. That time of the evening, feed the fish, have a beer. Another good fish there. In fact, it's black with them. Don't know if you can hear that. I'm sucking away on the top for the pellets. Oh, that's handy. There's my seat. Cheers everyone. Hi Mark. Mark, we're just up on the Oaks Lake, feeding the Oaks Lake. Just throwing a few floaters out there. There's 4mm expanders, just to feed some of the carp on the top, which they're obviously doing. And also some micro and some 4mm coarse pellet to feed the fish underneath them, the bream and the roach, etc. I bet there'll be a good bloody match weight on here when we open up. Really quiet up here. We're all keeping well, thanks Ian. Yeah, we're all good, mate. I'm going to post this this video after I've done, so if you've missed any of it, if you're that bored at home, you'll be able to watch it. Just going to throw a few of these out here and all. I doubt it, Mel Baxter. I don't think I will catch on here, mate. I've got to put my beer down. God, they smell lovely. Seems that I was on peg 1 not long ago. How did you get on, Mark, on peg 1? Out of curiosity, I'm on peg 2 as I'm feeding now. Look at that bug, that's a good one. I want to call that one Dave Jones. It's got a massive gob on it. How did you get on, Mark? Glenn, even Glenn could catch something there. Hi, Lee. I really don't normally do this, and I'm not encouraging anyone to do this because I don't allow it normally, but just to build them a bit of protein up, I've got the 10mm rose hip Mistral baits that I'm just throwing, not loads, just a few of them out, just to give them a bit of different protein and stuff, because no one's fishing it. Obviously there's no sweet corn going in there, there's no particles, there's on the lake, so I'm having to subsidise it. And this will just get through to them better stamper fish. Just lacing it up a bit. So everything can feed. The smaller fish included. We're putting a lot of micro pellet out there to feed them. I just probably spent another couple of £100 on bait again today. So yeah, let's go back over here. Right. So obviously, because I'm spending all this money, we're going to have a whip round. That means the prices are going to have to go up. It's getting bad up here, so we will be having a whip round. We could do a fund me Dax thing, couldn't we? If you can see all the mouths. A lot of mouths in this lake. A lot of mouths. So those that have just joined us, we are on peg 1 on the Oaks Lake. I reckon even I could catch a fish on here. Right, let's go and let's go and have a wander around here. It is solidly, very solid. Hi Mark Rogers, how are you? How's sunny Durham or wherever you are? The biggest one is holding the camera, you're quite right there. Right, so that's the good, I'm glad you're good, Mark. That's the Oaks Lake just fed. I think that's the third time I've fed that today. We'll go through here. So when you park up in the car park there, I've been filling all the potholes up, so the potholes are all done in the road, you'll be all pleased to know. That's what all that stuff is there. Oaks Lake is there. We'll go around into a little bit of the shooting. The shooting ground that we got. I've still not opened it up yet because, well, we're not ready to open it up yet, is the honest answer. And also, we're still repairing stuff and doing work on there. But I'll take you and show you somewhere nice. This is where I spill my beer. Right, bear with me. If I drop that, I'm going to be proper pissed off. For any of you that should know this is a bit of stuff about the countryside. This is where the gate opens. And I hate to see it. If people get over a gate, if they get over that way, it really bloody annoys me. Always get over a gate on the hinge side. Always. I've got barbed wire on this where I'm knacking my ghoulies in. Oh, result. So that's the car park over there. Let's go and have a look over here. This is the woodland walk bit in there. It's a shooting range that we'll be doing HFT and that lot in there, but I'll come on top of here. The stuff's just starting to green up a bit now. But yeah, just starting to green up a bit. Oh, bumblebee. So this is nice for you. This is my shooting range in here. Still got work going on and that lot here. We're repairing the bridge that's there. All the oak's been cut. That was all cut last year at the festival. That is the festival field over. Let's have a walk over there. Well, don't let any of you Herberts over here, but you can come and have a go shooting when we open it up. You won't be able to fish the lake, unfortunately. Yeah, we have. Oh, John Jones. This is deceiving. You'll see how the ground drops away. From this end here to the other end, that's nearly 6 foot, 5.5 foot difference. So this is what I call the festival field. Bruce has just cut it, so it's the first time I've seen the cut been done this year. God, I hope we can, it'd be nice if we can, yeah, it looks alright. It'd be nice if we can get that open this year. I doubt it very much, but I love the smell of grass. I'm not on about the funny stuff that you smoke. God, it smells lush. Have a little look on here. It's deceiving. Hello, Cat. Cat, have you put the boilies and that away, darling? I think at the moment this is one of my favourite lakes at the moment. It's gin clear. It just looks, everything needs to green up. It's so bare. Just coming out of the springtime. Hopefully we'll get the sunshine coming out. I've got to feed this one as well. I've got my dad feeding this one. I don't normally feed this. Dad normally feeds this. He's feeding this sort of 3-4 times a day. It's deceiving. You'll see in a second why it's deceiving. As I say, up there, ground's 5.5, 6 foot difference from there down to here. I call this the down wall end. This is, I've done a live Facebook live on it the other day. So this, in this lake here, is full of trout. Lovely trout, brown trout and rainbow trout. There's one just top there, just on cue. And this one here is full of carp. Absolutely rife with carp. But you wouldn't even known if there was no fish in there, Polly would win it in this one. You know that. That's deep as well. In this lake up here, let's go and feed this one. This one up here, it's very deep, 25 foot deep, I reckon, in the middle, very deep. Cat, if you're, I'm just putting the broom away first. Don't take the mickey, darling. Cat, how long will dinner be? How long, roughly? Right, Gary, this is for you. Gary, this is for you. Gary, you can come and fly fishes with me. If you come down or come up from sunny Scotland, we'll have a day on here, mate. We won't even need to have a day, you'll get bored. Mate, you'll get bored. So we've got 6mm. I haven't learned how to fly fish yet. We've got 6mm pellet here, Gary. And this is a skretting pellet. Struggling getting skretting pellet now. I've moved, for the fishery, I've moved back onto, well not back onto, I've got Coppins is what I've been using. Coppins, let's see how we get on here. So we've got 6mm expanding floating pellet. In we go. I bet your dad's already fed them all up, so probably nothing will come up. There you go, here we go. Everyone's a winner. Look at them beauties. These are my little pets at the moment. They're sitting there waiting. Let's put some down here, see if they come down here. Don't get a lot better than that, guys. I could self-isolate here all the time. I've got a lovely wife, lovely children. No money in the bank now. But if I get hungry, I can feed the family on these fish in here. Look at them. So what I'm trying to do, if I have a go, if I finish work and have a go, I ain't got time at the moment, but my object on here is to try and catch the brown trout. There's not loads of brown trout in here, and there's lots and lots of rainbows, as you can see. Look at the flies. See the little... There's a lot of natural food in there, a lot of natural food in there for them. Give them a few more. Take the beer, just out of interest to see if they're anywhere else. Put a few in here, a bit cold for these ones. Might come up. I call this the dam wall on here. Let's see if any come up over here just out of interest. So we're in the process, 7:30 to 8 depending on the pickles. I used to have trout in the Wild Lake years ago, and the smallest trout I put in there was £4, and the biggest trout I put in there was £12. And that was to eat the carp fry, but it never done that. So at the festival last year, those that come, you'd have seen the woodwork village, and so last summer, it's just another job that I've got to do. But if you look in here, it's out of one of our trees out of the wood. That's all solid oak all the way down there. That was milled here on site last summer, and it's to go across here, so we're going to put a big bridge across here. It's another job that I've got to do, with one of many. Yeah, we're going to clad it in there so we can drive over there on the gator. Let's go over here without trying to fall in. You lot wouldn't laugh, would you, if I fell in here? So I'm on the island now, so there'll be a bridge going across from there to here. There's Bruce. We'll see if they're up here as well. It'll be interesting. So this is the deep part up this top end here. Very deep. Very, very, very deep. Look down there. Hi, Adrian. Go on fooling, you're a bastard, you are, Mark. I thought we were mates. Anyway, there's a trout just come up there straight away. And another one. That's interesting, they're all over. And another one, they're all over. Smaller ones there. Another one there, they're all over the shop. Right. I would, Mark. I might have to crack my other tinny open in a minute. This will be nice. This will be nice when this is open to the public. For the last 20 odd years, I've not let anyone over here at all in this area or any of the other woodlands. But shortly we'll be opening up to the public for the shooting range, and I think you'll really like it. It's going to be proper smart. A lot of target shooting. Do a little bit of clay pigeon shooting, but a lot of target shooting, a lot of rifle shooting we're going to be doing. There's Bruce. Yeah. Bruce has got his parrot with him. Joe, if your mum's looking, there's the parrot.
He's better.
Is he?
He's a lot better.
He's been not very well.
He's
You're listening to music.
And he's listening to Motorhead.
He's listening to Motorhead, they
He
are.
likes it.
So, wonderful things happen here at Wild Farm. Let's feed these again. Give them a few more pellets. Mark Rogers says hello. Hello. He says hello. £6mm pellet. Feed a few of these beauties up. They love it. There you go. They're going to get these going to get so big, these trout. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to feed them carp some boilies. Boxmoor Social Club. We're supposed to be over there shortly. We are gutted. I've had to cancel matches this weekend. 4 matches I've had to cancel this weekend. I can only apologise. I'm gutted, you lot are gutted, but we've got to play the game basically. It's we're all in the same boat. I'm losing money left over, whatever the word of saying is, left over right or whatever the saying is, I forget now. We're all in the same boat. Do you reckon they'll have these, the boilies, Bruce? The trout? Little ones.
Only chuck a couple out of time.
I've just fed some in there.
Do that. Just chuck them out a couple at a time when they're coming up, because otherwise they'll miss them. What? What did you say?
Hand over foot, thank you, that's the one. Hand over fist, thank you, Mark. Right, so we're going to just do one boilie then, like Bruce says. That makes sense, really, what he just said. When you're coming up then, Gary? Is it up? No, when you're coming down, Gary. When you're coming down. Obviously not at this moment in time, but I can actually even catch a trout off there, Gary, and you've seen how crap I am. Right, anyone know what the time is? Anyone know what the time is? Cat said my dinner's about 8:30. Tell me what the time is, please. Where are we? Let's put them back. We'll take them back with us, actually. There's a few of them there. Mark, do you know what the time is, mate? What's that in English? 184, 8 o'clock. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you. Right, let's have a... I'm going to go from here. I'll have a show you around on behind the scenes at the festival. Is it 6:50? Bruce, what's the time? Time is of no essence up here. Look at that lovely fresh cut grass. What is it? 6:45, ah. Thank you, Dave. Right, this is what's known as the festival field. So last year, that's cut well. Grass is cut well, considering. That's what it was like before. Don't know if you can see that. There's the old dragon. That's how high it was before. That's what it's like now. Yeah, so last year we done the charity festival, which I do in memory of my mate Chris Kelly, who died of cancer many moons ago, and we raised 11 grand. We give 11 grand to our chosen charity, which was Francesca Cancer Research, a local one, and last year was Bedford Cerebral Palsy. This year we're supposed to be doing it on the 31st of July, and it finishes on the 3rd of August, I think. But God knows how that's going to go. I can't see it happening. Mark knows all about that. Harris Fenton, don't you, Mark Rogers? Bless your heart. I'll show you something in here. So this is the stage. Those that have never been to the festival before, that's the stage that we use for the festival. We started doing bits and pieces to it years and years ago. It's an agricultural building that we use for the stage. We convert it into that. So we've been decking it all out and stuff. That's the main stage there. I'll show you something in a minute. That's the Love Boat area. Let's go in here. Yeah, Mike, you'll like this old barn owl lives in here, mate. Look at all the shit everywhere. Crap everywhere. So this is the main stage when we do a fishing festival, yeah. Should do. It's very quiet. I'm going to be gutted if we can't do it this year. I'd like to say we will do it, but the way things are going it's not good at all. But it is in at the end of July, beginning of August, so we might be good. We might be lucky enough to do that. Who knows? Walk round here. Don't you think it's a bit random that Bruce is just walking around the field with a parrot on his shoulder? Is it me getting too much of that, or is it just a bit random? Those that have been here before, it looks weird. It looks really small, the field, but when it's got lots of people and lots of stuff going on here, it seems to take forever to walk around it, believe it or not. Tyler said the owl's been doing a good job here. It is normal for Bruce. Okay, so when I'd done the festival years and years ago, I'll tell you the story behind it. My dad buggered off to France, and I hadn't seen him for a couple of years. My old mate Chris Kelly said, let's have a surprise little party for him, a dozen people up the farm. And I said, yeah, good idea. So he come back. When the old man come back, we done it. We had a dozen people there. He didn't know anything about it. Had a good crack, blah de blah. Anyway, the following year we done it again. And Dad weren't there, but he said we got all our shooting syndicate there, and we had a clay shoot up the ride by the Oaks Lake. And we had a barbecue, just a syndicate. It only had one syndicate at the time. Had a clay shoot, bit of fun, great crack, blah de blah. Then the following year, I brought this field here. And then I brought all this woodland over there as well, which backed onto the fishery. And Chris said, oh, I know someone that's in a band. We'll put a marquee up. We'll get the band there, have a few beers, bit of a clay shoot, which we had over there, just over there. And that's what we did. Brilliant crack. And then some friends of mine, I'll mention their names, Paul Hardy, Tank, Hardwick, a few others. They done a Mickey take. They done a Facebook page called Daxtonbury. Anyway, the following year we done it again, and Chris said, oh, I know someone else is in another band, we'll get them here, and they can play along as well with the Workshop Boys, which were the first people to ever play on the field. And people can camp over, blah de blah, and that's what we did. We had a right crack. I think then it was the 4th year or 5th year, old Chris got diagnosed with cancer and unfortunately passed away. And I thought, you know what, we had such a good thing going on that I'll do it again. Those that come, our syndicate people, they can invite their friends, because I haven't got any friends, so they can invite their friends. And I'll charge them a £5 to come in, and then any money we raise we give to the hospice where Chris died. And that's what we did. And then from then on it's grown bigger and bigger. We've had to get licences from the environmental health people and blah de blah, blah de blah, and it's got quite a big thing now. So I say, last year we raised £11,000, which is really good. And this is quite an important building for me, in the fact that we use it for lambing and stuff like that. You know, and blah de blah is an agricultural building, but for the festival we turn it into a cocktail bar. So behind there's a bar behind there, and then we have another marquee that comes off of there, turns into a nightclub. So when the last band finishes over there, which is normally about, I don't know, midnight, 12:30, everyone rolls over into here for a good old knees up. And if you look, Chris's wishes were, where the shooting range is, where I showed you over there, Chris's wishes were to be buried up here on the farm, or when he was, you know, he got cremated, but he wanted to be laid to rest up here. And when his dog died at the same time. So Chris is in a oak casket. When his dog died about 4 years later, had his family up here, the Kellys. And I said, it's up to you. We can either put him in the shooting range, which is over there. I said, or personally, Chris was a drinker. I said, we can put him up in there. So I don't know if you can see that. I'll zoom in on it if I can. I'll read it to you. It says, before this tipple hits your belly, raise your glass to the great Chris Kelly. And that is where Chris is laid to rest, up there. So I've got a can of beer here. It will go everywhere, but they are. That's to you, my old friend, Chris Kelly. Right. We will go from the festival field back over a different way. And go over to the Islands Lake. I've got I ain't got any keys with me, so I'm going to have to jump the gate. Every year, Old blue tits nest in there without fail every single year. So I'll cut my lads in half. Actually, I'll go over here. We've had a bit of a running commentary on the old festival. This is what I'll do, cut my nads now. Jesus. That was lucky, look at all that barbed wire. So that's that. That's a guided tour of the festival field. Thank you, Mark. So we're now coming round to peg 12 on the Islands Lake. Fish in there. We hammered all the islands back. Oh, goose over there. Hammered all the islands back to get rid of a lot of the vegetation. We do it every year because the old bramble grows out underneath the water. You lot get snagged on it and I'll get nothing but headache from you lot. So I can't make it too easy for you. But they are. Hi Andy, how are you Andy? That's another dear friend of mine, don't know if you can see on that. Cliff Drage, bless his heart, he used to love it up here. He passed away through cancer and his favourite peg was peg 1 on the Moat Lake. He used to go up there fishing on a lobworm, Ledyard lobworm, up on the Moat Lake, bless his heart. And he used to catch some clonking chub, 3.5 pounds, round about that. He used to love it, and he used to go and feed maggot up there and see them swirling around. But no one knows they're there, I suppose, really. There are in there, peg 1 and peg 20. There's 2 little islands there, and that's where not islands, there's 2 bridges there, and that's where they live. Got the old digger out, done all the roads. Put this bloody bucket down. Been done a lot of work up here recently. A lot of work. If anyone wants any logs, send me a message. I'll need money. Looking good, mate. Is that me, all the fishery, Andy? Look at that. My little babies. Their little debris there. Right, that's gone. Get some more pellet, I think. We'll feed the Islands Lake. I think I've only fed that twice, 2 or 3 times today, I think. Give it a bit more grub. Put my beer down safely. A lot of huffing and puffing going on here, isn't there? Cheeky bugger. I'll have a day's fishing soon. Have a day off of working. Don't know if it'll be the weekend. Look at that. Look, everyone. That was a big pothole. You look all the way up this road. Look at that beauty. Shame I ain't got anyone in there to enjoy it, but that was horrendous. That was really, really horrendous, but it's pucker now. Here we go. They've had a lot of grub, these beauties, but give them a bit more. I think they're completely full up. I don't think you can overfeed these bloody fish. Here we go, bloody greedy bollocks coming in. Go and feed over here. Funny old fish there. You know what, Paul? I'm so looking forward to my roast dinner. I'm so hungry. I've had 2 egg sandwiches today for breakfast, and that's it, and I'm bloody hungry. I'll tell you what I am going to do later on, after I've posted this video on my Facebook page. I brought some land about 5 years ago. Directly opposite the land is let me sit down. Directly opposite there's a lovely house. It's a beautiful old house, and called the Old Pump House. It's in Wymington, and I think it's 5 acres there I brought, and my plan was to put a lake there, because the reason why it appealed to me, there's 2 natural springs in there, and the house, the chap that's owned the house has just passed away, bless his heart. Henry, nice chap. They offered me the house, and I didn't want it. I'll be honest with you, I don't want it. I've got too many projects on the go, and money and stuff like that. But anyway, I didn't want the house. But because it's on the market, the house is going to be on the market now. Bless his heart, he passed away. I'm gonna sell the bit of land. So if anyone wants to have a beautiful bit of England, I can develop the lakes for you and explain to you what I would have done. I'm going to sell the land. It's got 2 natural springs in there, and it's a lovely bit. It's a mile off the main road, out in the middle of nowhere. It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous there, and I'm going to sell it only purely because the house is going on the market. Whoever buys the house, the land is directly in front of the house as well. There's 5 acres there, so if anyone's interested, I'm going to put a post up with some pictures on there. But the house went on the market yesterday, so I'm going to put this land up for sale. So I was planning on putting a lake in there. I'm too busy, I've got too much stuff going on here. But it's there. If someone wants to have a little fishery or their own lake or their own bit of England, it ain't going to be stupid money. There's already a lovely little pond there that can be developed, and so on. I'll put some pictures up later, but I'm going to put it on the market. It's going to be for sale, so before I actually go and speak to an estate agent or whatever, I'll post it on my Facebook page. So if anyone's got any money and they want to spend it, come and see me. They're greedy buggers. Absolute greedy buggers. Paul Nichols, I reckon even you will catch a fish in this lake. Even you, mate. Dave Jones wouldn't spend his money, mate. But imagine having your own lake. It'd be beautiful. I will put some pictures on this page, on my Facebook page, about it. And if anyone's interested, then private message me. I think the house is, I think it's up for, well, I could buy it for 800 grand. It's a lot of money, but it could be absolutely beautiful. Directly in, I think that's got 2 acres with it. I'm going to sell 5 acres off in front of it as well, but as I say, I'll put a post up there about it. I suppose at least the grass can recover a bit. Over the winter it's been so mashed up. Does anyone know what the time is now? It must be my dinner time. I'll tell you, I've never seen so many bloody geese up here. That's a nice fish. A ghost carp, but it's orange as well. 7 minutes past 7. 5 past 7. Hello, Jeremy Langley. How the devil are you? I think Kat said my dinner will be ready about 8 o'clock. I could actually go and do some more work then, couldn't I? Hope you're staying safe, Jeremy. Are you working, Jeremy, or are you working from home, or how's things with you? Do you know, I think it's not even been 2 weeks, has it, with this lockdown thing, since I've not let anyone come fishing up here. And it seems like it's been like, she said 8 o'clock latest. It seems like it's been like 6 months if we're not seeing anyone. It's so bizarre. And yeah, it's just so bizarre. My auntie Pauline's in hospital at the moment. She's got it, but she's hopefully coming out the right side of it all. But it's scary times for us all. Working from home, all good. Good. Family's all right, Jeremy, as well, I hope. Good. All right. Jeremy, I'm going to post this on my I'm going to post it on my page when I've finished doing this. Judah's doing 14-hour shifts in A&E. Bless her heart. Bless her heart. Yeah, I'm going to post this, and you have Bruce randomly come out of the woods with a parrot on his shoulder. I don't know, it's nice to see that lake's looking great. Yeah, he's doing all right. I say, I'm going to post this live, Jeremy, and you see, I'm going to put this back actually. I can hear him digging. He's planting up in his garden, Bruce's, but he's doing all right. There he is over there. I'm going to go back to the Wold Lake, have a quick look in there, quick look round there, and then I'll go and have some dinner, and maybe another beer. Yeah, I can hear Bruce chunking away. He's doing his veggie garden. We got some chickens the other day, which is quite nice. We've got fresh eggs. I'll have a walk round here. So peaceful. There's a nice carp, look. If you can see that. So we're on the Wild Lake now. Another one behind it, that's a big one. If you can see that just under the water, that's a big fish. Another big fish there. That's a monster. Don't know if you can see it, that. Big fish. Big common, that is. Sean Bill, it is thirsty work, mate. Another one there. All we can hear is the birds twittering and the old tractors working in the background. Some people here call that island there Catfish Island, but we call it Bonzo's Island. I'll put that bridge in over there, and that's where Cat's, my wife Cat, that's where her dogs are buried on there. So we call it Bonzo's Island. And Tilly's buried there, and her two cats as well. When I snuff it, just so you all know, I think that's where I want to be buried, on that island there. Another nice fish there. A lot of fish about. There is fish everywhere. I remember catching a catfish under the ice years ago from Wild Lake, and you and your dad come over to help me photograph the beast. Good times. It was in the paper back in the day. Ah, Ashley. Three little fish there. I'll wander around here. I do remember. That's the deepest part of the lake, for those that you know don't know. I'll tell you a bit of a story about this old lake. So, this lake was never dug for a lake. We are on Peg 2 now, on the lake, on the Wild Lake. Behind me is the mound of earth there, and that is called the Old Fire and In Butts. So it was never dug for a lake. It was only 2 foot deep, and that's all the muck that come out of it there. That was for the wartime. So before the aeroplanes used to go off on their missions, they used to shoot into this mound here to make sure the ammunition was working properly. The guns are working properly on the aeroplanes. Anyway, in the 60s, the police stocked this lake, cleaned it all out. It's only 2 or 3 foot deep. Cleaned it all out and put some fish in there. There was bream and a lot of carp and all sorts of that. And I've still got some of the original carp in there. And about 15 years ago, maybe longer than that, I decided to clean the lake out, make it deeper, because the fish would have died otherwise, because it was like 2 foot of water and 3 foot of sludge. So I decided to clean it all out. There's an island there, which is still there now, which I made it into like a dome. And then the island over there. And there used to be an island over here. So Peg 3's over there. And there used to be a little island here, and I dug it out. I took it out of the way. It was a bit pointless, to be honest. I don't know if I've done the right thing, or it don't really matter. I could have left it in, I suppose, but I took it out. And this is the ramp here, is where I took all the muck out there about, I say, 15, 16 years ago. took all the muck out of here, made it a lot deeper. It's probably a good 12 foot deep in there now. They love these reed banks, but here, if you can see here, from peg 3, which is over there, this weeping willow tree here is the marker. That's the bottom of the ramp where I took all the stuff out, and this is a real hot spot for the fish. They love the reed bank, and they really, really, really follow the wind on here. So that's a good tip I can give you. They follow the wind like mad. I planted all that reed bed all the way along there years ago. And this is probably the shallowest point up here, which is peg number 3. Hi, Paul. Well, Paul Hardy would know. Paul Hardy was here. He took a week off work when we dug this lake out, didn't you, mate? There's a nice fish. Big fish there. Don't know if you guys can see that. And if you go onto YouTube, you can hear my mate Paul Hardy, who's on here now. You can hear saying, if you type in there, Wold Farm catfish, you can hear Paul saying that is now 6 foot long. And it was. There was a original fish in there. The police stocked it back in the 60s. And I've got the original record book up here. And I thought it was a myth. I didn't think that there was one in there, but we saw it, or Paul saw it, and he filmed it. So if you go on to Wold Farm on YouTube, put on their catfish, you'll see it. And Paul video recorded that off an old phone before all these iPhones and that lot were in. I think that was probably the first time the phones come out and the cameras then, Paul, I should imagine. But yeah, so that's a bit of history to this lake. We've been giving it a good old haircut. We've been cutting a lot of stuff back all the way around. Just managing it really. How's Kate, Paul? And how are you? Are you off work? Are you working, or? I'm guessing you're not working. The rest of the country isn't. Here's another little tip for you. So peg 4 is just there. There's a little sneaky bit here, and this is a good chance to show you. I don't know if you can see. You see over there? There's an underwater island. You can just see it, just round there. I'll zoom into it. It's a different colour, it's lighter. And just in here, you get a lot of fish around this area here. And this is the only peg you can get to it from peg 4. Just here. Let's see if we can. You might not see it with the shade. Been cutting a lot of big stuff out here, look. Again, which I was saying earlier on, you can see the root system all in here. This is where your catfish are. They get into the bank, they get into this root system. And they self-isolate. They just get in there and shut themselves off. You can see, so this is interesting. So this is the original depth of the lake. I don't know if you can see it out there. That is the original depth of the lake. And when I dug it out, we made it a lot deeper. You can see where it just drops off down there. Hence that little peg over there. If you chuck down to here, you're in deep water, but they love coming round here. They come onto, especially in the summertime, they come up the top there. In fact, there's some lilies in here somewhere. There should be some lilies in there somewhere, and they come and sit around all the way around this edge. It's like a half moon all the way around. It's a really, really good little spot. Good little tip there. I'll tell you another little tip. Both working, mate. Other lagers. That's good you're working, Paul. That's good you're working, mate. Again, you can see the bottom here in the lake. The margins are really, really good features. They sweep in and come round all the way round, then it drops off down. So the margins, you can see how shallow it is round here, and it drops off, and it sort of undulates all the way round, and they love it. They go all the way round. We've given it a good haircut. I don't know if you can see, we've cleared all the brush. It'll all come back again. We have to do it every year. But again, in here, very deep here. Very, very deep hole here. This is a good peg. Very good peg. We're on peg 6 now on the Wold Lake. So over to my jetty, my kids every single day, non-stop, are throwing boilies out there, especially when there's no one on here. So if anyone comes to fish peg 1 or peg 2, I'm going to charge £1,000 the first day we open to fish this, because you will guarantee to catch fish. Even I could catch one on here. Even I would. So they're feeding non-stop all day. I feed it sort of 3 times a day, but the kids keep going out there and throwing bloody bait in all the time. Boilies. They found out where the boilies are. There's another good place there. So we're on peg 6 now. Okay, peg 6. There's a little jetty over there. We'll walk around there and I'll show you what I used to do years ago. So before I opened up to the public, when I never had a pot to piss in, which I still haven't now, I used to, this used to be a match lake. This is an old platform here. You can see it, it's all knackered now. But I don't know if you can see there. There's a bit of timber comes across there. So I dug the lake out and never let anyone fish it for 5 years. And there's nails hanging out there and there's a shelf that drops all the way down. And I used to hang leg rabbits on there, go and shoot rabbits, hang them on there, it'd get blown with flies and the maggots would drip off and feed the lake. That's how I had to do it in them days. Didn't have the money to... There's a good fish there. Didn't have the money to go and throw it and feed it. I used to feed a lot of sweet corn, maize. Used to boil maize up, feed it, hang the rabbits off there, drip down. And that's how I used to feed it years ago. I say I never let anyone fish it for 5 years, and then I had to open it up because I couldn't throw any more money in it anymore. So these here were pegs. This was a match lake. We had 20 pegs on there. One here, one on the jetty. In fact, if I go round there, you can see the original bits underneath the water. That is where we had the original jetty out there. Then we built all this lot out there, going back years and years ago. Had RSJs that went all the way underneath here and suspended it out over the lake. But we feed this area here all the time. I'm not going to walk around, I want to try and get over here if I can. It's feeding time at the zoo. I can hear the kids. There you are. Cat. Cat. Oh, my little babies. Hello, Bubba. I'm going there crying. Right, chaps. That is it. Cat was, she was 40 yesterday. Obviously a lot older than me. I'm only 26, but yeah, she was 40, so the old sunlight on that bloody horrible monstrosity. That's the only horrible thing up here, is them bloody things, apart from Santa Pod Raceway. Right. See how handsome I am? I haven't had a haircut for ages, look. Okay, I'm going to post this on. I'm going to put another post on probably maybe tomorrow morning about a lake that I've got for sale. Not a lake, potentially a lake, about some land that I'm going to be selling off. If you guys want to own your own fishery, yeah, keep looking. I've got a bit of land that I'm going to sell, which will make a lovely lake, and I'll post that shortly. See you later.